Household chores can be not hard and very pleasant. Today, we will give all our creative power to our house. We make a cozy patchwork quilt, a pillow, the textile beads of bright rags. The smile, inspiration and work will help to create the unique image of your house. Tatiana Lazareva wishes you excellent textile mood. Hello, dear viewers! How hastily, how ardently I have fallen in love with the home. This home is filled as a children's coin box with people's fate. Really, our home has not only the face, but also the soul. I suggest devote our masterclass to the sweet home. I suggest to present to ourselves, to the relatives, and certainly to the sweet home a cozy patchwork quilt. I promised that all would be not hard, and it was truth, because the method would be very simple. But it doesn't mean that we will have a simple and unattractive thing. It will be charming and beautiful. I took the pattern from the cross stitch. Look at this picture. Visually, it's perceived very difficult. Small squares form a net angular. This chain looks very difficult. Actually, breaking the picture into more simple forms, you have the very simple result. The first step. I've made two cardboard patterns. The first one is 6 on 6, the second 18 on 18, because in it on width you can put 3 such small squares. In other words, 6 multiplied by 3 equal to the length of the big square. Now, according to the cardboard patterns, I cut out the textile details. As a result, I have color square size 6 on 6 and the big textile square size corresponding to the cardboard pattern 18 on 18. You will need to take care of the fabrics and preliminary work them out, in other words, to shrink. This is indispensable condition. You can simply moisten actively a fabric before cutout and to dry it up using the iron. And it's possible to soak the fabric in a hot solution with the salt. Then to dry up vertically and to iron slightly wet fabric. For what make it? Sometimes fabric lose color, and that the nearby fabrics don't get the color from each other, it's necessary to prepare the material. Now, about the binding of square elements. They shouldn't be based preliminary, you simply fix by pins the beginning and the end of the seam. The pin should go strictly perpendicular to prospective seam and then lay directly on pins a machine stitch. And so square by square we sew between themselves 3 elements. At first, you will have the line from 3 contrast squares. Then you join them between themselves in the scrapy block. You have such square. It's called chessboard, because as on a chessboard the contrast squares alternate. Join between themselves in one line, but already larger scale, the big square 18 on 18 in chessboard, which also will be 18 on 18, and one more monophonic square. By the way, the image, the face, the plaid band. There is no house without a window, and the man without the face. The windows, the window painting, are the unique project of the artist from Blagoveshchensk Alexander Tikhomirov. He works on the unique wooden surface of old plaid bands. His works are stored in the world museums, in China, in the USA, in Korea, in Poland, in Germany, in Austria, in Blagoveshchensk Museum, in Yesenin's Cultural Center in Moscow, in the Far Eastern Art Museum in Khabarovsk, in the Museum of the Kalmyk Cossack Army in Elista, in the Rybinsk Art Museum. The artists work with soul and with high thoughts. So, joining the blocks between themselves, we get surprisingly cozy thing. That it become even cozier at quilting. How it makes? You gather the textile cloth with a sentipon and then quilt as you like. You can make it manually, simply laying a seam and needle forward, and can use any seams from a sewing machine reserve. The first condition that work will be not difficult, I have fulfilled. Now, I offer you the variant of fast assemblage. In other words, it will be both not difficult and very quickly. So, instead of separate assemblage of separate squares, we can make all quickly enough, if we will sew together not squares, but the strips of the necessary width. I have made a cardboard pattern in width of 6 centimeters. It's a width of our square. Then I have sewed together 3 strips in width of 6 centimeters. I have ironed the seams in one way. And now you need simply to put your cardboard pattern and to cut the strip on already ready squares, and very quickly to gather the necessary design. In work again, 3 squares 6 on 6. But we will sew them in a very interesting way, volume and in relief. How? You take 2 monophonic squares. Put in them the contrast square band half and half. I fold the square 6 on 6 half and half, mark an easy fold, and put between 2 squares, which then I'll fix a machine stitch. And we have such detail here. We will repeat this operation, but already on the other part. Pay attention. At first, we fix the square which have bent half and half by 2 squares on the one part. Then we do the same on the other part. And now look for my hands. We move apart the middle square. Here it's possible to put the centipon, and it's possible not to put, and fix its parts like this. And when we will unfold after the grinding, inside we will have a very beautiful square element, contrast and volume. I'm sure you like this method. You can use this element in different variants. It's possible to enlarge the squares, and the central square then also will be larger. You can make a pillow and a bright summer blanket or a bag. Experiment. I wish you textile luck. I have for you a small textile surprise. It's possible to decorate your home using very humble tools, and it becomes unique, such as that artist Olga Мотовиловой-Комовой. I want that you also could bring the joy, simply taking a few paints, even simple acrylic, which can be bought in any shop. Think up your own picture, simple, positive, good, that is peculiar to you. After all, every man has his own color perception. Someone likes softer scale, someone brighter. I want to tell that in any dark or in minimalist interior, any bright and decorative thing look very well. Dear friends, I think that you can do it. You will have a lot of creativity, many good mood, pleasure, that you would like to come back in your house and you take a delight. Creativity to your house. So, we make the last stroke. I suggest make textile beads of the same squares. Everything will be very easy. You simply mentally draw a circle inside your square and make using a needle, a clip and a thread in this circle that stitches forward the needle. And where the circle comes to the end, you take out a needle and the joint margins go inside. They will be the base of our bead. Look, now I put away by the finger all joint margins inside and pull the thread. Thus, we will have the interesting element like a flower. But it's a half-finished product. If we also fix the edges of this flower inside, we will have very interesting textile bead. The masterclass is finished. Live in the house, and the house won't be destroyed. I will choose any of centuries. I will enter into it, and in it I will build the house, wrote the great Russian poet Arseny Tarkovsky. I wish the world to your home. Good luck to new meetings. There was Tatiana Lazareva.